Mayegun the command of the masses.
Mayegun don't come,
Mayegun the political.
Mayegun don't come,
This one not the of in mind.
Mayegun don't come,
Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud.
Mayegun don't come,
My people make you shout.
Mayegun don't come,
Mayegun the command of the masses.
Mayegun don't come,
Mayegun diary political.
Mayegun don't come,
This man not the off in mind.
Mayegun don't come,
Aha. Now you not done here. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. Mayegun, you go show na paper.
As they see with us, you go dey pain them. As they pain them, you go dey see with us.
Mayegun la wa mo, la mo do 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 do.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun la wa mo, la mo do 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 do.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. And at the same time, expect more of Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, the social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, the Mumumadus, Bele lecturers, Mumu lecturers, the entire clan of the Buhari idiots, the Buharistans. They are also going to be joining us tonight. The Buhari Danes, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Donatus, the Jatus, Shukus, Ziaris, and none like that. So when you see them reacting, please be gentle on them.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́, àní ẹ̀sùn ra
Mayegun ti dé,
jíjó ìgbádìyẹ,
Mayegun
àní ẹ̀sùn ra
Mayegun ti dé.
Tonight, we are going to dig even further into some things that they want you to ignore. Yeah, because they are so important. You see, when you go to a magician's show, usually one hand is for the trick, the other hand is just to distract you. But there is something that I want to continue to emphasize on. The state of Nigeria today, the division, the vile, the hatred, all this, madness that you are witnessing in Nigeria today were brought upon Nigeria, weaponized by APC, Egbekegbe, Al-Qaeda People's Congress, and anything that is associated with APC, Egbekegbe, you have to do what? You have to open your eyes very, very well. That is why tonight I'll continue to help you keep your memory alive about the characters who brought us to this stage today. Yeah. And offering again to take you to where we know and we know they go. So you would please expect some of the vuvuzelas. They're going to be joining us tonight. And I'm going to do a very critical surgery about these people individually tonight, enough for you to understand the danger that they represent and whether you should run away or run towards them. The choice will be yours. Again, if you are just joining us, you can still share the broadcast. Invite your friends, your not so friendly friends. Tonight is going to be a long night.
And yes, we like Presido Barufio. And yes, we like Igoni Nagoje. And yes, we like Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. And yes, we like.
Yesterday, many people were not really surprised that Tinubu didn't show up, at least to come and use his own mouth to tell the world what exactly he has to offer. Not just that, at least an opportunity for him to dispel all the earth scare rumor and all that. So he sent Shetima that people now called the godfather of Kabiru, Shokoto. Now Shetima came and stole the show when his mode of dressing was more kind of popular than what he had to say. But tonight, in fairness, I am going to share with you what he said. Same thing for Atiku. There is something that is so crucial that we must acknowledge tonight. As I have done my best in the past, there is something going on in Nigeria. It didn't start now. It's continued to Corona. They are continuing to change form and continue to push. The bottled frustration of Nigerians over time has reached the boiling point whereby they could no longer be contained. All thanks to APC. Egbekegbe. How? When they came, they promoted their tribal supremacy over others, including how they have been doing things, which pointedly shown everyone who is not of the same Fulani, Hausa, or a northern flock in their arrangements to understand their place in Nigeria. For 7 years, Boko Haram and gang, they told the rest of us that they could do whatever they wanted and they could get whatever they wanted. And at any time they wanted it, even if they have to massacre the people for it. So this, over time, shaped the mind and idea of the emerging Nigeria. Once again, all thanks to APC. Egbekegbe. So, while they were doing all this, some people, many of us, chosen to pursue the self-determination advocacy, where self-preservation was being preached as Fulani flock of APC. Egbekegbe told the rest of us to go and eat shit wherever. For the past 7 years, that pitted many nationalities in Nigeria to discover and decided to what? To hold their ground, because they didn't stop at their arrogance and then power grab. They went as far as land grab everywhere, which now spooked majority of the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria within 7 years. This divided us more than poverty, which helped to increase the level of insecurity as we are witnessing it, right? Oh, within that 7 years as well, ladies and gentlemen, police brutality became something like a pandemic. Young people were being profiled and slaughtered if they were unable to pay the extortionists, the policemen. They were supposed to provide security for them in the first place. All these frustrations got to the boiling point when the Biafrans demanded finally that they needed to leave Nigeria. An opportunity for a genocidist, Bokwari, who now controlled the levels of power and had his own people appointed into different security formations across the country. Not just that, appointed into strategic ministerial positions, including communication, the one that that monitors the communications of Nigerians, including their bank transactions. On and on like that, they turned Nigeria to the jihadist police state, which was not to protect anyone, but indeed to traumatize everyone. Guess what? The young people protested. Serious one. Peaceful protest, well organized, right before our eyes. Yeah. APC, Egbekegbe, rolled out they rolled out machine guns. They rolled out tanks and they slaughtered them. When they slaughtered them, you know what happened next? They now started a never seen before propaganda, a denier that many Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, all these educated, hungry wolves, they decided to blame these people in death. In fact, at some point, when it was so convenient, they said it was organized. The whole violence in Lagos State was organized by IPOB. Oh, Igbo people came to burn down Lagos State. And to this day, they have the wearies that believe them. Tonight, I am going to rejig your memory. I'm going to play back what happened in Lagos State that led to the bloodshed that they staged, because for 7 years, the frustration of the people grew. Everyone was looking for a way to express that. Bokwari's government turned democracy to militocracy. Now, militocracy, whereby the police are no longer useful except if they wanted to go and kidnap somebody for money. Military took over everywhere and gunfire everywhere. The Shiites came out. They weren't protesting. They were doing their usual work, they call it. There's a name for it, too. If I remember, I'll tell you. And they said they blocked the road of the chief of army staff under this APC, Egbekegbe. The chief of army staff, Buratai the Butcher, slaughtered over 1,500 Nigerians. The Shiites, guess what? They were blamed in death by APC, Egbekegbe. The Biafrans, Igbos, they came out and they said, with APC, Egbekegbe, and the kind of power and the kind of vengeance that they are bringing, Igbos will never be safe in Nigeria. So true to their words, Bokwari's government declared them wanted. He declared them enemy of Nigeria, and therefore he gave the Nigerian military the license to kill them. Guess what were their offenses? They have the social media platform. They have camera phones, and they have flags, banners, and they were everywhere demanding for Biafra. That was their offense. Thousands of them were slaughtered under this APC. Egbekegbe. Ladies and gentlemen, for that 7 years, PDP, the people destroying people, they kept mute. In fact, in some places, PDP governors, they joined in the slaughtering of the angry Nigerians. All they needed was just to give you a tag before they snuff life out of you. PDP, APC, when APC was busy slaughtering people, jailing people, kidnapping people, and making people disappear, the people destroying people, they were minding their businesses, because they would have done the same if they were those holding the level of power as well. It is the spirit of one Nigeria. They kept mute. Atifku, I mean, a young girl was killed, stoned to death, burned to death by the Islamic mob in northern Nigeria. Atifku, that they were preparing PDP for, was enjoying his life in Dubai. I mean, if Nigeria is not safe, now Nigeria is not theirs. He stayed back in Dubai, enjoying his life. Then they killed Deborah. Everybody was like triggered, enraged. In that heat of the moment, Atifku condemned the killing, and in fact demanded that those who killed Deborah should be brought to justice. Loriro, fine. It didn't last for an hour. That message, because he quickly realized the political implication of that. Not when all permutation is being put in place for Atifku to replace Bokwari. As long as power remains in northern Nigeria, it doesn't really matter which party. Right? But here is the point. When all of this were going on, APC, PDP, right? They felt like they have won. Fulani terrorists started killing people down south. Yoruba land got invaded and still currently invaded and enveloped by terrorists. Yeah? APC, Egbekegbe, PDP, people destroying people. All of them who are also Yorubas in Nigeria, they continue to play politics with it, because what would they do to offend their Fulani lords or what, and then lose power? You see all of this whole thing, right, happening. The Fulani governors were hopping from one radio station to another. Hausa lawmakers, politicians, and the rest of them, they are jumping from one radio Hausa to another radio Hausa to another TV Fufude to another this and that, explaining the reasons why people should accept this murderous AK-47 wielding terrorist. They continue to give excuses and reasons, and they continue to walk through the mind of the people of why they should accept the killers. PDP, APC. Now, people rose. For example, in Yoruba land, Oloye Sunday Igboho raised the alarm. Hey, look at what they are doing. He raised the alarm that got the attention of majority of you watching me right now. Yeah? His alarm raised this. His alarm also raised many, many enemies for him among the people he was trying to alert, including the Lagos Abobakus. Because When people destroying people are preparing themselves for Atiku, a northerner, it will not augur well for them to come out and say the truth about the invading terrorists enabled by Boko Haram. That would be dangerous for them because it will be dangerous for the North. It will be dangerous for Atiku. On the other hand, the Lagos Abobaku Oshogbo Alimajiris, they were also keeping mute because raising an alarm or on an objection is going to spook their investments in APC, Egbekegbe, the investment of lies, poverty, and wanton destruction. You know it, oh. You know Buhari don't destroy Nigeria. You are APC, Abi. You know it. Everybody knows. See what they have done. You know that. You know the truth. But you can't say it. Saying it will mean you are going to agree that Boko Haram did all of that. Yeah? And therefore, you are also going to say APC, Egbekegbe did all of that. Then that will make it difficult for you to sell your Tinubu, except if it's on a tribal trade, Abi. You know that. The young people then said, enough. Just same way they went for them. They went for the IPOBs. They kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. PDP said nothing. They were slaughtering IPOBs. PDP said nothing. They were compensating and rewarding murderers, terrorists. They called them repentants. PDP said nothing. They went to Ibadan, Soka at Igboho's house. They attempted to kill him. They killed people in his house. And all of that happened. PDP said nothing. APC said nothing. Because they would do the same thing in that same position if it was PDP right there, right now. And you are demanding for Biafra, demanding for Yoruba Nation, or demanding that you should go and arm yourself and defend yourself against the Fulani terrorists and the rest of that. If you do that, they will do the same thing to you. Yes, they would. They said nothing. NSAS came. APC, Boko Haram slaughtered innocent people across Nigeria. Nigeria police were using their own truck to move thugs, armed thugs, to different locations where protesters were peacefully protesting, and to attack them. People got attacked, properties got destroyed, people got killed. They gave guns to their own security agents to go into town and kill everyone suspected to be supporting or reporting on NSAS. They did all of that. PDP said nothing. APC said nothing. You see all of this so frustration. That is why I said, don't get me wrong, obese movement, which you can say is also what you can see the frustration that gave birth to NSAS protest has now metamorphosed into something they now call political revolution, a mixture of frustrated Nigerians and then maybe frustrated politicians too. But what happened now is that the OB movement as it is now sound as the karma, because you know what would have happened? Despite all of these atrocities committed by APC, Egbekegbe, and then enjoyed the the silence of people destroying people for 7 years, you would have been left. They would have won. How? Because according to them, they have kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. Abi? Now, that in a way is expected to what? To weaken the Biafran struggle. They have exiled Igboho. That is to what? To cut down the inspiration of the young Yorubas to defend themselves and defend their land against the invading terrorists. They have they have shot and killed young people who thought they could use their one Nigeria spirit, right, to call the government or probably, bring the government to our knees and then assuage to their demands. They brought their guns, they killed them. So to them, they have already, those who they could bottle, your civil society organizations, your activists, those they could buy, they have turned them to cash activists. Your columnists in different media platform, your print media in Nigeria, those they could buy, they have bought them. Now it's more or less like they have taken over everything. You can cry from now till tomorrow. You can fight from now till next year. They will continue to be in charge and dominate and continue to dictate which level of destruction they are going to unleash on you this time around. But from nowhere, these same young people, they transform their anger again, that you can say their frustration again, into what they call the political movement, or phobia. I call that their karma. And today, guess the people who are now complaining about bullying, PDP, APC, in this life, isn't it so interesting to see? But in fairness, like I said, let's go back to what happened in Lagos, where after Tinubu spent billions. This is funny, okay? It's so funny. They said that Tinubu doesn't have to do any live interview. Tinubu doesn't have to attend everywhere to talk to people. And you know why? Why? His work would speak for him because he has paid enough people to come and lie to you the same way they told you about Bokwari and Pastor Ruga. Where is Pastor Ruga today? Where is he today? He's alive. Oh. He's still your vice president. Oh. Yeah, he's still the same one. Oh. But guess what? The guy is just waiting it out to disappear and you will never see him again. That's exactly what the result of the result of those who are doing same thing to you right now, what they did to you during Bokwari and Pastor Ruga. They told you they don't need to talk to you. Well, they are work, they are this, they are that. They say, fine. Make Tinubu say himself. Bring him out to say it himself. Turn on the camera live and let him speak because he can't talk. Do you know that? Do you know that Tinubu can't really talk very well anymore? Oh, you don't know. Now, that's the problem now, okay? Because they have managed to build life out of lies. And you see, when you lie, when you lie and lie so much, you go begin to believe your own lies. Oh. Are you with me? Person where then tell you say very cerebral, very intelligent, very outspoken, very blah, 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 blah. Tell them, make them turn the camera on live. Oh yeah, no cut and paste recording. It is demented now. Tinubu has dementia. Okay? It is a very, very terrible degenerative disease. Okay? And it is so common these days in the elderly people, especially between the ages of 65 and above. I'm not a doctor. You can Google it. Go online and read about dementia. So, and what are the symptoms of dementia? First, forgetfulness. Okay? Which is most of the time the most obvious, simple way to explain dementia. They forget things. And when it is at a very early stage, it can be random. It can be once in a while, what have you. But when it gets to that medium stage, like when you are increasing volume of a music, when you get to medium, it's going to be different again. This time around, they can begin to black out and forget faces. Family members, including wife or husband and all that. It is a very, very terrible degenerative disease. And
Tinubu also is suffering from Parkinson disease. Parkinson at that thing where, it is also a degenerative one. All right? All of this, you can't say it's anybody's fault. This is health now. Okay? However, this same sickness can affect speech. And you know that if you know Tinubu for a very long time, he is a kind of person, whenever he's in his own comfort zone, he loves to speak slowly anyway. And whenever he's in his own bubble, he kind of loves to speak faster. So for so many people who have seen Tinubu from the past 22 years now, and they know what they see now, they will tell you. Initially, they will say it's old age. Okay? Yes, it's old age. And, you cannot beat nature. You can't cheat nature. All of us are going to probably get to that stage someday. And most of the time, when people get to that stage, right, what they do is that they are medically advised to slow down. That's the stage where, before I even get to that stage, yeah, they would have advised them to start putting their life and everything, business, in order. In other words, it means they should begin, when they can still think right, they should begin to transfer anything that has to do with day-to-day activity that requires the same 24 hours a brain, jogging and all of that stuff. They will begin to advise them to reduce them, okay, at that stage. Medically, I'm not a medical doctor. Go and Google what I'm telling you. And don't stop arguing there and start calling, are you God? Are you God? I'm not the one that messed up with your brain, okay? Everything is not God, okay? It's their simple information that could possibly even help your own ignorance, okay? Be everything you go there. Now so una de shout change. Sai Baba, like people where they swear for 8 years ago. Now, when they brought the calamity upon you, you started shouting, God will help us, as if to say you voted for God. This is not about God. We are talking about health here. Go and read about it. So, they are hiding him because of that, but they say he cannot be everywhere. If he's your Baba, go and bring your Baba out. I'm saying it to you now. This is not about whether my Papa or your Papa, okay? I don't know if your own father is even proud of you anyway, but again, that's not the point. The point is that your father is not the one who wants to be president of 200 million people, Abi. And my father is not the one as well. This one that wants to be, you are speaking for him. Shetima, everybody want to speak for him. Just same way they told Pastor Ruga to be speaking for Bokwari. It was there. They called him Star Boy. In fact, some of you, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the humble slaves, obedient fools, and on like that. Some of you were saying, immediately Bokwari finished like this. Now Pastor Ruga go succeed Bokwari. Today, Pastor Ruga is right there now, changing Bokwari's diapers. They don't even allow him to take pictures anymore. Do you understand? All of you have forgotten him. You are now shifting on a Boko Haram sympathizer, Kabiru Shokoto's sponsor, to defend Tinubu. You had saying it is not because of health. It is not because of health. It's not because of this. Is your father so intelligent like Tinubu? Fine. Even if my papa no intelligent like Tinubu, okay? Today, I want you to bring Tinubu out to come and say it himself and ask me. So me and him feel talk. Do you get that now? But to you, humbled slaves, that is too much. The same way it was too much to ask Bokwari to come and talk. Anyway, the question that comes to my own mind is this. I don't know how you are going to see it, too. And you may see it in another way, right? So, Tinubu, we no get, they said Tinubu is not in government again. And Tinubu did not steal Lagos State money, blah, 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 blah. And we told you, you all know anyway, it's not that I should have even tell you anymore anyway. Once you remember Alpha Beta, you know the rest of the story. When you know Alpha Beta and 30% of Lagos State tax, I mean, even you, Sule, Egbon Sulele, as useless as Tinubu has made you in your own conclave right there in Lagos, trust me, if na you, when they don't make your life useless, that is watching me right now from Lagos, if na you that they pay 30% of Lagos state tax to every month, you will be richer than Tinubu in 6 months. You know why? Because that means you've cut off the main funding. Abi, what is 30% of almost 1 trillion naira? 30% is like 300 billion naira. You see, you don't even have to be educated. You don't even have to do anything smart. You don't even have to invent anything. You don't even have to create or do any business. Just collect that 30%. How much is that? You are making over 300 billion naira every year. Or more. You go get money now. They say, do you know where Tinubu billionaire business day? They say, Omo, not true. Tinubu no get any business they can say, this is Tinubu's business. So where can't they get money from? He invest a year tita. A year otita. You may not see it that way, but I understand. I mean, it's the same, isn't it? What if a year? What if a year? What if it's a ludo? So anybody can be that rich, fine. So are you telling me that Kolu spent billions to become a ghost? Photo only for Shetima, and many of you paid vuvuzelas. Many of you, your parents probably are not really proud of you, okay, if they know what you are doing, seriously, unfortunately, but you are not even proud of your parents too, because bibire, they say bibire oshefowora. There is no amount of money that can buy goodwill. Trust me, there is no amount of money. So since money is more important to so many of you, Abi, bibire oshefowora ó ti dájú. Kí a bí ni kò tó ká tún ra ẹni bí. Ẹ̀yẹn wò Máyégún ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú bá dérò ọmọ Òkè Àgbò. Mo kú bíbíire. You can use money to buy goodwill. If you meet a typical original Yoruba son or daughter, they will tell you, bíbíire ò ṣe fowó rà. Maybe your parents are not proud of you and you are not even proud of them too. I am proud of myself. I am proud of my parents, their heritage and what they stood for. It may not be much, but it was significant enough to bring to this world a child that would never agree with you that somebody will no get job, will no get work, who became billionaire because he's in charge of the capital, the former capital city of Nigeria, the commercial hub center of Nigeria, and he was able to carve a niche for himself that pay him more than 50% of the resources of the land. Do you understand that? So I will never come down to and say, oh, Baba, Balagba. No. My parents didn't raise such child. So they may not do much significant thing, but they raise a child, and that child is Máyégún. Bíbíire ò ṣe fowó rà ó ti dájú. Bíbíire ò ṣe fowó rà ó ti dájú. Kí a bí ni kò tó ká tún ra ẹni bí. Kí a bí ni kò tó ká tún ra ẹni bí. Ẹ̀yin ẹ wo Máyégún ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú, ọmọ Òkè Àgbò. Ẹ kú bíbíire. Mo kú bíbíire. Because no amount of money you will see in the hand of a thief, my brothers and sisters, even if you are starving, sometimes, kò rántí bíbíire. You may not die for not taking anything from them or bowing to lick their asses. So Tinubu spent billions to become photo like Bokwari. Isn't that too early? Is it not too early? Bokwari at least waited for some time. It showed up in few places before it disappeared. Where is that, Asari? Before I go and play Shetima for you. Photo.
Nigeria president now photo. Everybody go snap photo with that. Say our president snap photo with the Bishop of Archbishop of Canterbury. Hey, snap photo with the Rogers. Hey, snap photo with this one. Now president now photo on a vote. Your president is now a picture. Photo. Not be juju be that. Not be when our fathers die for each other and we they care for them, keep them for house, they pour libation. You lose na prayer and say, Moko Buhari boy, you lose Buhari prayer. Ororu sada, no ruler, Shitombo arebofu.
Shitombo arongbofu. Let's go to Lagos. Shetima said, Tinubu will handle economy. Me igbori. When you see a president of Nigeria, they always address him or her as Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. No. That's not how they do it. They say Grand Commander of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCFR. Tinubu spent this man gave 100 million naira to random people through random groups. They were buying 100 million naira APC form, 100 million naira, 100 million. Everybody just they buy form. Some people they sleep, then buy form for them. President of African Development Bank, Adeshina, the guy day in day. Tinubu said in his own group to go and buy APC 100 million naira form for him. Some day prison, then buy 100 million naira form for them. They were buying 100. Wait, what's going on? Only for them to come later and say, I'm stepping down for Ashiwaju, I'm stepping down for Tinubu, I'm stepping down for Ashiwaju. So Baba can't collect all those step down. Pay everybody, do all of that, only to become photo. It shouldn't be my headache. I know. I wish it wouldn't be my headache last when it become that ghosts. It will be receiving drip in London because Shetima already said it. He said he will be in charge of security. And Major General Shongolere Tinubu Atonda is going to be in charge of economy, karakata. Shebi his own daughter is Iyaloja Abi. All they have to do is to upgrade her to Iyaloja General of Nigeria. That's it. And then maybe, since it's about economy, so Shetima can then turn Aguda House, where Pastor Ruga is currently serving his own jail term because they say the tie in hand. What do you want him to do? He's the best vice president we ever had. Best vice president you ever have. You see, your best vice president you ever have, Abi, you are now in the country that is housing the worst kind of terrorist in the whole world, the terrorist capital of the world. You are now in the country where you are the best vice president ever in the world, where you have over 130 million people of you, many of you jobless today. Today, the number of you that are jobless, you can form like 15 countries in Africa. You don't know. Different countries, so they go put you inside there. You go fill everywhere up, like about 15 countries. Thanks to Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Agbowori Baba Oja, the best vice president I have. Whatever he achieved, being Kokonsin,
The poverty level that you are all enjoying, the insecurity and the rest of that you are enjoying today, all thanks to him, Abi. Don't worry, they won't switch position now. They go switch them to old rock, where old people with walking stick, they can sit down there and discuss the future of you. Obedient fools, sophisticated morons, humbled slaves. God help you. Pastor Adeboye, I think I need a prayer break here before I go to Shetima. Please. Another one, Pastor. The other one, where, Oshoni,
Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
Amen. So Tinubu spent billions only to become a ghost. Waiting be your business, Mayegun. Don't worry. You know my business. It is because, many of you have no shame. The same way you brought in Bokuwari to what you are, many of you are currently even like talking from outside Nigeria today. You've run away. Abi, Olori Bue, 2015, you are shouting, change in Nigeria. Today, you have run away. You have no plan of going back, Abi. You don't. So it's fear for you, Nabi. Don't worry. The person will take how much by billions. He had this to say about Tinubu in Lagos yesterday.
Now Lagos is earning 21 billion naira every month. That's internally generated revenue. Lagos is the third largest economy in Africa, and the world is in transition. What is important when the leader of the next dispensation must be a leader who has a mastery of financial management capabilities, and someone who understands the Nigerian psychology, someone who appreciates and understands the complexity of the Nigerian nation. Here, you have a city boy who has transformed Lagos into a home for all. My brother sitting here, he calls Lagos off, not out.
I think in fairness, I should let you hear from others too. Okay? Because everyone was there except for Kolu, which they probably tucked away somewhere. And they are blowing him like, Shewa, okay. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, television. Yeah. It's Shetima Nisa. Shetima, your vice. Oh. Ara Borno, that man from Borno, that one from Borno. He's talking about you. He's talking about great things you have done. Do I know him? No, it's Shetima. Who is Shetima? Jesus Christ. Your vice from Borno. Oh. What's he doing? He's talking about you. Let's listen what he actually said.
When Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the governor of Lagos State in 1999, there was only one ambulance in the service of the Lagos State government. Lagos was earning the princely sum of 700 million every month as our internally generated revenue. Now Lagos is earning 51 billion naira every month as its internally generated revenue. Lagos is the third largest economy in Africa, and the world is in transition. What is important for a Nigerian leader of the next dispensation must be a leader who has a mastery of financial management capabilities and someone who understands the Nigerian psychology, someone who appreciates and understands the complexity of the Nigerian nation. Here, You have a city boy who has transformed Lagos into a home for all. My brother seated here, he calls Lagos home, not Auka. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has established an excellent track record of performance. He has mentored men and women who are excelling in different fields of human endeavor. And the world is changing. And the trajectory of global growth is facing Africa, and Nigeria will make or mar that transition. And as Chinua Achebe said, the problem of Nigeria is purely and essentially that of leadership. Once we get the leadership question right, everything will fall into place. In this age when others are talking of artificial intelligence, when others are talking of nanotechnology or biotechnology, we need a leader who has the skill set, who has the understanding of the global economy to shepherd us in this age. And if you get one, you are getting one for free. He's the city boy. I am the golden boy of Zenith. In Jim Obia's world, the sole barometer for assessing people is your level of competence and your input. In the history of Zenith Bank, no one, I dare say, apart from the legendary Adaro Umeji, no one grew faster in the history of Zenith than my humble self. I have mentored men who are excelling in different fields of human endeavor. As I said earlier, the world is watching at us. And the ultimate measure of a man, as Martin Luther King said, is not why he stands at times of comfort and convenience, but why he stands at times of challenges and difficulties. I urge my learned colleagues here, my learned friends here, to be rational, to be firm. You should have the boldness and the courage to make informed decisions, not emotional decisions.
Ewa terrorists, ma jẹ́ kó má yẹ kó gbé mọ́ra o. Ṣó ń gbọ́ mi sìn. Terrorist sympathizer gidi ni o. And as he was talking, I don't know how you felt watching him right there. I feel like everything he's saying is a threat to me. Like it's like somebody threatening you. Like, he's saying things, right? Then you begin to feel like, no, this guy doesn't mean what he's saying. No, this one, I realize this one a devil. Where we say, if chance day, I'm talking about chance. Even Tinubu, they go give him bucket to kick. Sharp with this one. So as I'm looking at him, he looks like a threat. I don't know you, but for those of you who probably don't know him very well, it may be a little bit kind of a different feelings. Or let me say mix. Should I say, put it this way, right? Looking at that guy, looking at him right there. If you know him very well, if you do, everything he was spewing out here, you will see them as threats because they are all opposites of what is actually behind. Do you want me to share with you the real Shetima? When the moment they felt like they have power. Now, you know that somehow, they have woken everybody up everywhere. Okay? And waking everybody up as somehow puts a little bit of a stamp on what could happen if things goes either side. Something is going to shift. So which means what they intend to do with power, they are not done. And if you know this guy, when you see his face, and you see people running, if you don't get that thing where you go defend yourself, Baba run no. Again, listen to the Shetima, the vintage Shetima, that guy that is about to be your president, because Kolu is not going to be your president. Kolu is just holding a place for him. That one, They go only manage Kolu they only manage that they should be changing Kolu's diapers inside the household rock for the first 3 months. Listen to me, Kolu will run away from Abuja for his life the first 6 months when these ones get that power. And I'll tell you how. Listen to this. Now, Shetima, when the first time that Bokwari got power, when APC first took power, and that time, they were imagining what they would do with that power. And Shetima was at the center of it. It is a reminder. Some of you all kind of love to pretend that, I don't remember that. I just forgot that. That's why they will tell you, let's just forget the past. Forget the past. Let us move on. When APC, Egbekegbe, first took power, what they said they would do was not what they did. But behind the scene, Shetima told Amosu what they would do with that power. In fact, they nearly did all of that. Give Shetima presidency. And bury Nigeria.
Alaji, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Kule. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I accept your congratulations, even though I'm PDP. Because you remember one time when the fighting in Borno, when our people were being killed left and right. Then
What is it, Alaji?
I said, do you remember one time when our people were being killed in Borno State, left and right, Bauchi, Gombe, everywhere in the north?
Of course.
I remember you were saying that was there any Southerner among us? We were the one killing ourselves. I always remember this statement, Mr. Kule. But look at this today now. Today our brother is in charge, and I'm sure he made it clear to the world. The first thing he said was that he was moving the command of Nigerian army to Maiduguri until when Boko Haram is over. So if not your brother as the president, who will do it for you? But we could have done it to anybody in Nigeria. But you can see that some people refuse to do it for us. So really, really, today I understand why we have to have the presidency, honestly.
No,
it's like that, Kule. Kule is like that. Because how can anybody convince us that some miscreants cannot be dealt with by Nigerian army? Why can't we believe it was deliberately left? Even if there is no involvement of government hand in it, why can't we believe that it was deliberate? Let them kill themselves. Well, it has come out even very clear, because it was at a point in our campaign, they were saying that by the killings of Boko Haram, there will be no population again. In fact, let me tell you why the North insisted that Jonathan has to go, because we had the plan that if Jonathan continues, the same problem will happen in Kano, the same problem will happen in Sokoto, the same problem will happen in Jos and Ebro until when our population is depleted. No. We have had a wonderful experience, honestly.
In order to avoid the problem, that's why I said the difference.
So whether he accepted or not, the North it was clear voting now. What could he have done?
You remember what Babangida did for us?
Babangida, you see, what happened was, even when Babangida did it, you understand? Do you get me? The bulk of the population that voted was from the North. And Rimi said it. Since Babangida was in Abuja, Governor Rimi of Kano State, then, former governor of Kano State, he said, if they swine Abiola in Lagos, Abiola Babangida will have said it is Yoruba that did it. So Abiola should fly to Kano, they will swear him as president, and they'll stand their ground. Before we know, they rallied around Abiola, they said, don't go to North, if you go, they will kill you. Not so happened. Do you understand?
No.
So I'm coming now. So Babangida got the...
And then Abacha that incarcerated him for many years.
I'm coming now. I'm coming. Before we are talking about the cancellation now, the cancellation of the elections. And two, didn't you not see that even from the West, there were people who supported there are big men who joined in the cancellation of the elections. But whatever it is, at that time, it was nobody was killing the Yorubas left and right. Babangida was virtually betraying everybody. And today, have you not seen him on TV? Have you not seen how he was looking? Is God not wonderful? Did you not see Babangida? Even though I have promised as from today, so long as he's my brother from the north, even if he's eating everybody in Nigeria fresh, you come out with Nigerian man leg eating, I will not say it's bad again. Because I have learned how to support my people from what I have seen with Igbos and some people in Nigeria with Jonathan.
Man, you must thank God for Yoruba. Yoruba supported by otherwise we don't have come.
No, I'm coming, please. I'm coming. Let me tell you one part. I'm coming. Listen to me, Kule. A section of Yoruba supported Buhari. Listen to me, please. Let us make this thing clear. You understand? We are all politicians.
Yes.
The Tinubus, since 1960s, since the Oyibo left the country, Yoruba was told one word. We are first Yorubas. You are first Yoruba before you are a Muslim, you are a Christian or Nigerian.
Yes.
So or not so?
Yeah, you are right.
Abi? Okay.
Yes, you are right.
Now, all along, a Yoruba man, whoever he is, whether Muslim or Christian, preferred anybody in the south to rule him than a Hausa man from the north. That's the truth about it. So, fortunately, I'm coming, sir. Let me land. Fortunately, the center is controlled by non-Muslim, non-Northerners. Are you getting me? And Jonathan, fortunately for the North, Jonathan decided to use religion and slash the Yorubas to the extent, for the first time, Yorubas were divided religiously. To the extent Muslims, Yorubas stood their ground and said they were not supporting Jonathan. They even refused to attend the meetings of the Jonathan. The papers are there, their statements are there in the papers. So or not so, sir?
No, I like this.
Read it, it's there. That's the truth. It's there. Even when he went, there were some few Muslim leaders who met Jonathan. The Supreme Council of Islam of Western Nigeria or Yoruba land came out clearly and said no, they disagreed. Do you get me? We know the population of Yoruba, close to 80%, or let's say close to 60% are Muslim. This man constituted a national conference. This is the Yorubas that were saying it. We read it and we had them saying it.
Yes.
So that succeeded in dividing the Yoruba themselves. Now, two, the humiliation, whatever they did to us, our own was that let them kill us and reduce our population. But at least they still know that we are significant politically and they allowed us to maintain some position. But in the case of Yorubas, they were sliced out of the whole system. So or not so. That was how Tinubu and
the issue of Boko Haram, if we have to talk about Boko Haram, it's not from the south now.
I am coming now. Let me forget about Boko Haram now. We brought about the Yoruba politics. Now, Tinubu and the Yorubas generally carried what happened to them and went to Kaduna and met them in Kaduna and begged them that we have to put our head together. Look, sir, let me tell you the truth and find out. At a point, the Yoruba, being humiliated under Jonathan, were even considering to cut off and put their Oduduwa Republic. But they realized if they do that, the Igbos were completely in charge of finance, civil service, security, and everything. If they dare do that,
now East and the North, they enjoy
exactly. I'm coming now. The Yorubas now.
You didn't benefit at all.
I'm coming, yes. The Yoruba, at a point, the Yoruba intelligence, at a point, realized that if they cut off, the Igbos will finish them. If they stay as it is and Igbo continue ruling, they will be completely finished. Before Jonathan, significant part of the economy, who are the accountants are Yorubas, who are the judiciary and lawyers are Yorubas, who are the civil service are Yorubas. Today you can't find any one of them. So or not so? So that's why the Yorubas say, even if we want to leave this country, we must get this power out of the hand of the Igbos and reposition ourselves.
The Northerners really benefited from that Jonathan too much, Alagi.
Hey,
we have the calculations of the government.
We agree. What can he do? He must now. He must. He wouldn't do to us that. He must. He knows that we can do it. He must deal with us. So that was why the Yoruba said no. Whatever it is. So, but what I assure you,
let's keep on praying for President
Buhari. Oga, we have learned our lesson.
We have been in our area here now. They be praying for him.
We have learned our lesson. Kule.
We pray for the prophet because and even our daughters.
No, to tell you the truth, the northern people, notwithstanding the presidency, honestly, the trust at least of the southeast is finished. And I assure you too, in Yoruba land, listen to me. I am coming. I am coming.
This really helped Northerners in 1979.
I am coming, please.